Hey, it's Tess. I just wanted to make sure I got live because I made a promise and I don't want to break it. It's been an interesting past couple of days. I've been on a call for the past few hours, so I didn't get on earlier. Yesterday, I had I ran out to take care of something, and I ran into a family member that I haven't seen in a very, very long time, and got another several hour meeting, so it was pretty amazing. So there's been some amazing things happening, and I'm hopeful and grateful, and I want to see amazing things happen for me and for everybody else as we move into the next stages of the season, and we're going into spring. Today I thought I'd talk about resilience, and I'm grabbing this book by Oprah again, just because there are some quotes and some things she's talking about that all come together, and I like how these things are coming together. Yesterday I talked about purpose, and today I want to talk about resilience. And what's kind of cool about these things is that they come together. Like, inside of the idea of resilience is finding your purpose. And yesterday I talked about finding your purpose. So finding your purpose is that you don't let problems discourage you. You find out way to solve the problems that approach you. That's where that creativity comes in and the courage to make the changes. Oh, and I said it. Courage to change. I know, I'm probably making you guys crazy, but I never thought I'd issue a book, so you get to hear about it. Anyways, resilience. Number one principle is finding your purpose. Number two is believing in yourself. And I could go back to the book for this one too. Believing in yourself is a big one, and it's one that I struggled with. I always thought that if I wasn't 100%, I wasn't good enough. And I had to work really hard on thoughts, which is why I meditate, journal, mantras, because Doc V always talked about like fat filters. And that the thoughts that are in your head, if they're not supporting you, you got to figure a way to push them out and replace them with positive thoughts. And I did that using mantras, meditations, and journaling. And I am journals, but I'm getting more detailed about my journals because I've been listening to some of the IMs like Chris Nagel uses, and I'm like, I need to get more specific. I am happy and I am joyful is just not enough. I need to get some more meat in these I am affirmations. So again, resilience, find that purpose, and believe in yourself, and put the tools together to help you to accomplish those things. The next thing is developing a social network, and I'm going to say that is also something that I've changed in the recent 10 years. And your social network, one thing to keep in mind, and this is a theory I didn't like because I thought it was being judgmental, but be careful who you surround yourself with, because you become the least of the people that you surround yourself with. And the other part of that is there's energy. And by energy, whether you want to call it energy or mood, your energy or your mood is influenced by those you surround yourself with. So if you're surrounding yourself with Debbie Downer and cranky Ken, you're going to become snarly Sarah, or I don't know. It's getting late. You'll have to forgive me. But if you decide that you're not going to go to those lower levels of energy or mood, you can't engage with those people, because the only way to end up in the middle of those conversations is by allowing your energy, your mood, to fall to that same level with them. And somebody told me that once, and they said the next time this person that always likes to engage you tries to engage you in an argument, choose happiness, choose joy, choose to stay at that higher level, because either they have to engage with you at that level or they can't engage with you at all. And I thought, there's just no way. And I did it, and it worked. I refused to let my mood drop, and that person just walked away because I refused to engage. I failed to engage. And it was no fun for that person because I didn't engage. And I like it that way better. So the next thing they talk about is resilience. You find your purpose. You believe in yourself. You have your social network, and embrace change. Again, all of these things support my book. Anyways, I won't show you the book again. But embracing change. And I think about, like, often the idea of embracing change is actually a fundamental of the Serenity Prayer. Have the wisdom to know what you can change, have the courage to change the things you can, and accept the things that you cannot change. And that, I said it in the wrong order, I know, but ideally, that is what it is. A smart person will change what they can change, accept what they can't, and whatever the third one was. I am tired, so you'll have to forgive me. But I think that's in all things in life. You have to identify what it is you can make a difference with and focus there, because that's the best use of your time and energy. Being optimistic. I'm a lot more optimistic than I used to be. I like optimism. And maybe optimism isn't the right word. My grandmother used to always fill glasses of water, and she would train us. Is the glass half full or is it half empty? And she would train you until you said half full, because if you didn't say half full, you'd go through the same ritual time after time. But optimistic, I think, is part of that mood thing. Being joyful, being happy, looking for the good things in life. It's about appreciating where you are and reaching for more. It's okay to reach for more, but appreciate where you are and have gratitude along the way. And then another one is nurture yourself. If you're not taking care of yourself, you won't have anything to give to anybody else. So that's almost like you can't pour from an empty cup. So fill your cup up so that you can share what you have with others. And then they talk about developing problem-solving skills. I've always been a puzzle person, but like people will find out that was something that was trained by my grandmother. My grandmother was a big one about having a card table with a puzzle and chairs around it. And she was always building a puzzle, but it was a really smart thing because it always caused the grandkids to sit around the table, and we'd build puzzles with her, and that's how we engaged with her. And I think that was her purpose. And this was also my grandmother that taught me to find 4-leaf clovers, and for as long as she was alive, we tried to find 5-leaf, but I never found them until after she passed. And so I'm going to say she was with me, and I've found 3, 4, or 5 5-leaf clovers. And ironically, one time that I found a 5-leaf clover was the final day of the Money Tank event in Utah. I was walking around my hotel the morning that it was over, and I was getting ready to go home, and I actually found a 5-leaf clover through a bunch of rocks all by itself, and it was pretty amazing. So I do think my grandmother had part in that, and it was kind of a cool thing. And I know 4-leaf clovers and St. Patrick's Day, but for me, it's memories of my grandmother and being on the hunt for those, at least the 4-leaf clovers and 5-leaf. 4-leaf are easy for me to find, 5-leaf not so much. I see some people on, so thank you for being here. I do appreciate you more than you'll ever know. And today I'm talking about resilience. Yesterday I talked about purpose. And resilience, the things they say you should be looking at is finding purpose, believing in yourself, developing a social network that can support you in your endeavors, embrace change, because if you don't embrace change, you're going to stay where you're at for the rest of your life, so you better be really happy there. Be optimistic. It's a lot easier to overcome obstacles if you look at the bright part of it, because if you always Debbie Downer it, it's easy to quit things. Nurture yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. Develop problem-solving skills, whether that's in puzzles, whether that's in math problems, whether that's in figuring out how you're going to do a marathon or a half marathon, because I want to do a half marathon in Disney. I haven't forgotten. It's still on the list. Going to do it. Establish goals. I know what my goals are, and I'm working towards them. And every day I have calendars, and I have wall mounts, and I had a hot seat when we were in Sundance, and I put it up on the door over here. So every time I come in and out of this office, I see my hot seat drawing as a reminder of what I'm working on. Goal boards, I do all that kind of stuff, because it's, whether it's subconscious or whether it's conscious, because sometimes I'll consciously look at it and go, the book, the lives, and that's why I'm going live all the time, because it came out that I wasn't doing it every day. So I've been trying to do it every day since Sundance. But those reminders when life starts to get wound up help me to move forward. So that's one of the reasons why I use those tools. Then it says, after you establish the goals, you got to take action, because a goal without action is just something you wrote on a piece of paper. And then the last thing they talk about is committing to build the skills over time. And I was just on a call for the past couple hours with somebody I'm going to do some work with going forward. And what was kind of interesting is she was talking about learning, that you always need to be a learner. And I'm like, I am a learner. I've always been a learner, a daydreamer and a learner for my entire life. So it's going to be a good fit. But I do believe that, because I think even in this world, we have to understand that what's going on today is going to be different tomorrow. And if we're going to make the most of every day, we're going to have to embrace that things are going to look different. I'm going to date myself, but I'm just going to do it anyway. I actually Loved typing when I was young. I took typing skills. I was so proud of myself. There was a point in time where I could type 95 words a minute with 3 mistakes each minute. So if I did 10 minutes, there'd be like 30 mistakes. But anyways, I digress. I was a typist. I liked it. I used to have these books where it would tell you so many spaces, X's, so many spaces, Y's, and it would create pictures. And I love doing stuff like that. Almost if I could try to do that now, I could actually program to do it, which would be kind of cool. But I love doing that. And I really loved that when computers first came out, those darn if computers couldn't keep up with me because I could type faster than the computer could. So that was kind of a fun thing. But I adapted, and the value of a computer is great if you learn to use it. And so I am grateful for the things that it's provided as I move forward. Hey, I wouldn't be live right now if it wasn't for the computers. So those are the things about resilience. Yesterday I talked about finding your purpose, and I think you have to be open that it might change or evolve over time. But in having a direction, it helps you to keep on a path. Because I think for me, I get lost if I don't have a direction to head in. Now, it doesn't mean that I take a straight line there. I might have to take detours or go through different doors. But if I'm headed somewhere, I can find a purpose in my life. So again, today was resilience. Resilience is finding your purpose, believing in yourself, developing a social network, embracing change, being optimistic, nurturing yourself, developing problem-solving skills, establishing goals, taking action, and committing to building skills over time. So I wanted to touch base with that. I've been on a call actually about the IBC process the past couple hours, so I'll share more of that with you later. But tonight I'm just tired. It's been 2 long nights, but 2 pretty amazing nights. Because last night, for those that are in the family, I saw little David, and I got to spend a couple hours with him, and it was pretty freaking amazing. He's doing amazing, and it was just so cool to see him and to be able to spend some time with him. So I'll actually have to reach out to Frankie, because Frankie will be excited for me that happened. So now how I'm going to end this is inside this little journal I have here is a poem or a quote, a long quote about resilience. And I'm going to share that with you before I sign off tonight. And this poem is by Oprah Winfrey, because a lot of these in this journal are by Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey. See, when I get tired, I get silly, giggly, and I can't talk. So we'll go on. I digress again. Resilience. I believe that resilience is the single most important quality that allows human beings to triumph in moments of difficulty. For many people, being resilient means that you can endure hardship and bounce back unscathed. But for me, resilience is really about absorbing the difficult moments, knowing that they've changed you, and moving forward anyway with a resolve to make it through. And I think that's a beautiful part of resilience. Learn, push through, and keep moving. The truth is, there is no strength without challenge, resistance, adversity, and very often pain. It is a blessing to be able to survive and find meaning in each and every hurdle. Think back on your own history. How you got right here to this moment? What were the events along the way that scared or scarred you? But sorry, silly is coming out now. But what's remarkable is that no matter what happened, you are still standing and you are still here. So that's resilience. We're going to have obstacles. There's going to be difficulties. We can learn from those difficulties and keep moving forward. We can share. We can surround ourselves with people. We can find purpose. We can decide that we're going to leave this world better than we came into it. I think that's an option and a possibility for all of us. And I hope that that is something I'm able to do. And I do want to say again that I'm grateful and thankful for everybody who's purchased my book. I'm thankful for all of the reviews. I'm thankful for the pictures of people with the book. I'm thankful for the people that have reached out to me to tell me what they thought as they read it. I've embarked upon things that I never thought were even goals. And I'm moving forward in ways in my life that I never saw as opportunities or options for me. And it would be my hope and my deep desire that for everyone out there, that you never decide that it's too late and that you never toss in the towel, that no matter what obstacle presents itself, that you decide that whether you have to walk over it, walk under it, walk around it, or walk through it, that you will keep moving forward, because there's always something waiting for you to find it, to evaluate it, to save it, or to move on and pass it to somebody else. So thank you guys for being here. Have a beautiful night, and we'll talk tomorrow. I appreciate you so much.